All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for the
Attack on Titan, the series finale. Oh my god,
No
we can say that, no ifs, ands, or buts.
For season 3, 5, 4,
No,
6,
for
2,
real
1.
this time, we promise, we're pretty sure. Nah, It all ends here. After this, it will be ogre.
I mean, you came back. In what way are you actually free?
Yeah. Just as it has been since the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Eren runs off ahead.
Yeah.
And everybody else chases after him.
But this time, they caught the fuck up.
Yes.
Everybody's here.
Yes.
I mean, most everybody's here.
Most everybody's
We
here.
got some people that could maybe, swoop in.
That would be delightful.
At the last second.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's
some wings of freedom.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
And then Aaron would be like, I had a dream once.
He still has a dream. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is indeed the problem.
Yeah, I am so fucking excited
Me
to
too.
see the lines from this just fully voice acted. Like just Yuki Kaji alone. Like, because of course, he's probably gonna have some lines here, but like, oh my god. Oh my god.
I in particular want to see Armin, hopefully Mikasa as well. I want some paths shenanigans here. I need, it feels like the conflict's basically over. Just the fact that
it's
they're
like
here.
let's have a conversation.
What kind of conflict can we really have other than Eren starts killing some of them somehow?
You're right.
But
in
terms of the broader conflict, having these three have a conversation in paths in a space that can just freeze time, just have a heart-to-heart connection.
But we're past the point of talking now.
No, we're not.
Now it's time for action.
We never are. Like I have so much fucking faith in Armin and Mikasa here. Man, I have to,
I don't think Eren does is the problem.
Well, he doesn't have enough faith in any of us.
Nope.
And so this is what he's doing. We are reaping at this moment the consequences of putting him as our protagonist. And so we've got a movie, y'all, basically to end Attack on Titan as a series.
Oh yeah.
One that is one of the few anime that we've watched for multiple years to have actually given us an anime end.
Yep.
And I'm so excited. Are you, as a manga reader, specifically looking forward to anything like non-spoilery,
there are many things in particular that I'm looking forward to, both within the context of this bit of media we are about to experience and indirect things as a result of this media that we are about to experience. I can't get into it too much, but you can bet your ass that I will get into it in the discussion.
Yeah. Okay.
So stick around for that.
Yeah. The discussion is going to be a doozy. I am in a very unique stage of life in that 2013, when this anime came out, I was barely 7 anime deep into my journey of watching anime. Barely.
Yeah.
And now I'm a married man, and I've got almost 200 anime under my belt now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm maybe more.
Oh yeah.
And I still feel like this is one of the greatest and most influential series I've watched to date. And yet there's so much that I have still that I want them to get into in this finale. And then I look at the runtime and I see 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time. And yet, holy shit. 85 minutes.
I know, but I'm wanting more than 10 minutes of epilogue. So
right. What are you talking about? No, there will be no epilogue. It's just going to be a flat, a shot of a flat landscape.
No, it's Aaron. Why are you crying?
Did you do it? Yes. What did it cost? Everything.
Yeah. We're not ready, but y'all, whether you're ready, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, looking up at the sky. What's that?
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Oh. Okay, we're kind of recapping a bit. Catch us up.
Yep.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. All right, on Yon Capone.
Okay. Let's go, boys!
God, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
God, it's so long since we've seen the one before this, so... Fuck!
But you wish Zeke was in charge right now.
Yep. God, this is. You ever like thought about this? But this is fucking Star Wars. Like,
yes,
coming down into
trench run and everything.
Yeah. Oh, the drum's coming in. Oh. Oh.
Let's go, my boy! Let's go!
Tackle him, knock him off,
Yep.
alright. God, looking at the scale of this, like, yeah, peek. Oh, come on, don't die, don't die.
He's gonna be fine.
Okay. Now don't angle too high up and stall. Okay.
It's the team up, baby!
We get to have a commentary crew.
Uh-huh.
Few remnants of humanity,
Yep.
some parents, yep.
Like, this is like straight up some Gurren Lagann shit of everybody, like,
Watching,
humanity
yeah.
cheering on for the fate of the universe.
In what way are you free?
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Of course there will be.
That's cool. Beautiful,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Nice.
I see what you did there. Excellent choice.
Well, so, yeah.
Aaron's got summoning, baby.
Right, Zeke's warhammered somewhere. Yeah.
Like searching
No, just
for a needle
keep
in a
going
pile
towards
of needles.
Keep going towards Aaron. Yeah. I don't think to scale wise the Colossal's gonna do enough. Like, this is too big. Like,
Yeah. But I mean, hey, it's the best they got.
I don't even know if he'll be coordinated enough to stay up here.
To say nothing of any, like, defenses might Aaron have to stop that from even happening. Going all the way back to the beginning.
I love that this thing is so big that they're not even feeling any, like, movement. Oh! Shit! Shit!
Yep. Yeah.
Season
Here we
2
go.
opening coming in, all of a sudden.
Yay!
The devil of all earth summoned the titans of all beings.
Basically.
Fuck. Damn. That would be... Okay. What is this? Oh!
I love everything about this so much.
Okay.
Like, Reiner defending the rest of them from an endless horde of titans.
Aaron entered creative mode and he's just making titans here.
He's got admin privileges.
They look like they have traits of a bunch of the other 9 and iterations of them, but yeah.
Aaron was very careful.
Aaron at one end and Zeke at the other.
So, Spider-Man.
Yeah, choose to split the party, yeah.
Divide and conquer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Yep. Literally fighting, like, The sins of the past.
Yeah.
No plan survives contact to the enemy.
Yep.
Let's go!
Oh my god! Right for the neck.
Uh-huh.
Yep, yep. Yep. Oh. Yeah. That's just the Warhammer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we got the jaw. Wow. Oh, I love it. Holy shit. Yeah, you have two of them. Yeah. Oh my god. He's fighting his own armor titan equivalent. Yeah. All right, that's how you can have the conflict. Yeah. Go for quite a bit here. Yeah.
Did I stutter?
Yep, yep. Nice. Ah! God! Ah! The reverse grip. Oh my god. These animation cuts. Holy shit. They just grab it one
Just
hand,
give her
dude.
your Thunder Spears.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No. Yeah. Yeah, he's not even talking with y'all. This is yeah. Nice. I like that the separation of this is Aaron. Mm-hmm. It keeps the back of the mind that Aaron wants you all to have the choice here.
Yeah.
Ymir doesn't. Whoa.
Yeah.
Berthold, yeah. Wow. Oh my god. That is a nightmare. That is a nightmare. No, 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 no. No way.
Like you knew stuff like this was going to happen.
I mean, yeah, but come on, not the plot armor titan himself. Oh, that is amazing.
That is beautiful.
That is a horrifying shot. This is how hopeless it is. All right, yeah, of course, yeah. Let's go. Hey, you don't need to worry about me. Let's crack some jokes right now, yeah.
Could always rely on John, right? Also, this image on its own is just beautiful. Mm-hmm. We're scouts,
Yeah,
remember?
We are, yeah. All right. God, this musical rendition and stuff is so fucking cool. Oh my god.
Live free, live free.
Yeah. This is, wow. This is gonna come down to Yumikasa. There it is! What a callback! Ah! Wait! Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
All right! He's here! Let's go! Falco! He's beautiful! Oh! All right. She's here too, right? Yeah! Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a. All right, my boy. Eddie. All right. We can come back again, you know, after we've recovered a bit. Let's refuel, reset up and everything.
We're all warriors.
Yep. Yeah, of course it did. Yep. Yeah.
And Peak,
Peak's dead, yeah. Or running away from you, yeah. Oh!
those wings are just so majestic. Holy shit.
Wow. Let's go. Oh yeah, get that music coming in here.
This is war.
All right.
His war.
Right.
Mikasa, why are you hesitating? Don't tell me you have feelings for that monster.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. God, all the musical callbacks are just so fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's kill him. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I love how Annie speaks up there when normally Armin would speak up there.
Right.
But Armin's not here right now.
Yep. Don't they need fuel or? I thought that was the point. You come back here and you get them some fuel for their ODM gear.
I don't think they have time.
Yeah. Come on, Mr. Leonhard, come on. Yeah. Whoa. That's.
Yeah.
No, come on. Well, okay, all right. Oh! What?
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That is so cool!
'Cause fuck us, right? I am the bone of my sword.
Wait. Jean got dropped down with him?
I mean, you gotta have someone to watch Reiner's ass, right?
Right. Oh!
Come on, plot armored Titan, do your thing.
Yeah. Just hold ground, draw aggro. Yep.
Oh.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Oh, pick his weapons up.
Uh-huh.
All right. Holy shit. Okay.
On my side forever.
Yeah, here they come again. Wait, what? All right, do it again. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. If you think I'm just
showing off.
there.
Yeah.
I'm
transformation
doing shit again. Again and again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, this seems familiar. Holy shit, he looks so good.
I love Ragged Reiner.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, who knows?
Who the hell can tell?
Yeah. What the hell is an okapi? I love it.
Something just feels right about the female Titan Mikasa side by side.
True. Oh my god, yeah. It's time for you to sign off, buddy. Maybe. Alright.
Then you could finally sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in there with them now.
Right. Fuck yeah. Yeah, he could never look at the outside world and be disappointed like Eren. Good. Okay, this is Connie's thing. He's quick as fuck. He's not gonna get out chased by you. All right.
He does the crazy maneuvers.
Yeah. Slingshotter. Oh my god.
Only an Ackerman, right?
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, just
That's a blade. Both blades. Oh my god, how is she alive? Fuck.
Ackerman's built different, but still. This feels familiar.
Yeah. Oh. And then it could jump inside Bertolt, and then it's two Titans
Where
surrounding.
the fuck did you get it then?
Yep. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Oh, the voice acting. I love the Armin is always trying to wake
someone up.
Someone up, yeah.
And now it's him.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's... Yeah. There's everyone everywhere around the world just...
Nobody's safe.
Yeah, this is how far it's spread. Oh
and
my God.
The look in every pair of eyes is the same.
Yeah. Oh, and people just leaping off, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're just holding up that little bit of hope. They don't even know what's... This is beautiful. Yeah. Whoa. Wait. Is Eren here? Like, is his paths? Yeah. Whoa. So he saw that. Okay.
Some things really don't change, Harmon.
Hey. All right. That was one chapter. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Let's have a long dream. Yeah. Why not? Replicating and yep. Or adapted the environment to it.
She founded this world.
Yeah,
That was the thing that happened.
yeah.
Even long after his death. Yeah. Do you have an answer, Armin? Nice. Nice. Keep finding little things in here, Armin. To the tree on the hill. Wow. Wow. Deliberately. Wow.
家の中で本を読んでいる時も、リスが僕のあげた木の実を食べた時も、みんなで市場を歩いた時も、そう思った。すごく大切な気がして。それは
Yeah, nice.
これは砂に埋まってました。
Wow. That's so cool. The reason for life. It can be found and it changes perspective based on who's seeing it.
It was born into this world.
Yeah, right. That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah,
Repetitive.
without purpose or objective.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Zeke. Oh. Oh, shit. What a crew.
Yeah.
What a crew.
So that's happening.
Yeah. Meanwhile. Shit. Yeah. Gotta have some goofy ass Titan runs.
Yeah.
No way. Wait. Is that Armin doing that? Oh shit, they reached all those past wielders, so those Titans are now on their side.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Too.
Oh,
Maybe
let's
some of
go.
them are free after all.
Yeah. Damn. Tag him, yeah!
FaZe Clan Gabby at it again. Saying give Armin back, not give Eren back.
Right. Holy shit. Yeah, you're gonna need to transform. That's gonna hurt. Catch!
Yeah!
Yeah. That's hot. That's hot. I'm back. All right. Yeet me this way. I got shit to do. Ah! Oh! Yes! Fuck! Christian!
Yeah.
Everybody, this is so cool!
But is it worth the price of our soul?
That delivery. That's where he was? He was just a little lump on a...
Even now, the bastard's cheeky.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Levi. Holy shit.
We literally are getting a semi-power of friendship.
Yep. Yeah, she's been alone for thousands of years, yeah. Looking for a reason to live it. Oh, yeah. Let's see what happened. Okay. Come on! Let's go! Beautiful. Fucking Grishad. Ah! Even your treasured memories. I like that they're addressing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tatakai?
Wow.
God damn it.
I just love that it's Dio's voice coming out of...
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, now, what does that do to Eren?
That is a good question.
Like, that's... Yeah. Did it just momentarily stall things?
Because it was their connection that enabled this, so...
Oh, that's so fucking cool. Okay, we breathe now. Are they still holding it up? Let's go bring the color back. Yes. Oh.
And now they're helping each other back up instead of pushing each other off.
Oh, and some of them are going down to their knees. The Colossals are... Yeah, Eren's still... Yeah, Eren's still a Titan, yeah. Yes! Oh my god!
Bring that back right here!
Jesus! I had to, sorry. Fuck, okay. It worked. Oh! No!
Assuming direct control.
No! Alright, it's exposed itself. Everybody go!
Because remember, it's not just Eren.
Yeah.
Ymir, too.
Uh-huh.
He's done it before.
Oh! Alright. Go. Yeah. Alright. It's time. Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
I think your boy did it. Alright. No.
あれが最後だなって
Wow.
お前が大嫌いだった。
Damn.
そんなことが
Oh. 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 Okay, okay. Yeah.
後悔がねえわけじゃねえ。
Oh.
俺たち間違ってなかったよな。地ならしを。
どうして収容区から
レオンハートさんがみんなをここまで率いたんだよ。
Go see him. Yeah.
アルミ
ライナーはどこだ。 見ろ、あそこ。
Yeah, fuck. This was too easy.
一体なんだ。さあな、生かしておくべきじゃないのは確かだ。
Oh, fuck. Yeah. He's transforming again.
Yeah.
死ぬとは思ってねえから。
You don't get to be so lucky.
All right. Let's see it. Yeah. Oh my god. That is so
Yeah.
sick. It's like a colossal Eren. Yeah.
奴を殺さねえと。選ぶべきはエレンだ。
He is the weak link.
Yep.
仕留めるまでこの悪夢は終わらねえ。
最後の仕事が残ってる
Oh. Yeah, Falco, you're gonna be clutch here. We need you, like, especially now, even though. Oh.
足を怪我したのか。
元から悪い。
All right, all right.
空に弾を打ち尽くして
Yeah, yeah. Good, good. Okay, okay.
ここを乗り越えよう。
She gets like 2 seconds before she has to leave again.
あの光るやつから出てる死んだ
No, it's some kind of like defense mechanism of some kind.
ラガコ村と同じやり方なんじゃ。
Oh no.
行くぞ、ピーク。ハルコに乗れ。
Oh no. All these people are gonna turn into Titans. Oh
持
shit.
つものは例外だろ。お前が一番分かっているはずだ。
Good thing you got to see your family one last time.
あんまりだよ
早くしろ。
Oh, I'm so glad Falco could do another transformation. Shit. Yeah. I mean, if there's ever a way to kill
Last
everybody.
two.
の最後かよ。あとのことは仲間に託す。それが
You fuckers.
最後。じゃあ、
Yeah.
死体を焼いた夜のこと。
Yeah, it's when you decided to join the scouts. Yeah.
お前のせいなんだぞ。
You were a leader.
俺たちが人類を救う羽目になったのは。
Fuck.
バカなことがあるのかよ。
おい、アニー。大丈夫か。召喚。
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, and they're being directed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. They don't care about eating people.
Nope.
They need to save Eren.
There's an objective.
God, this is so
Yeah.
fucking wild.
こいつ
Yeah.
兵隊を呼びやがった。ざけやがれ。
All right, you're a wall. Yeah!
Come on!
Oh my god. Fuck, and Eren's gonna be able to bring in like weapons and shit. Hey, you're just a big jelly worm. What are you gonna do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Even your mom, yeah, yeah. This is a horror.
I'm
Let
sorry.
a man rest. Okay. Yeah. We need like some hardened nails from Annie here. You're warriors. This is never. Yeah, Eren's in genuine danger now. She's.
これ以上
Whoa.
慣れない
Oh, and then bringing in this one.
Yeah, bring this one here.
ミカサ、
Oh, that's cruel, Eren.
That's
風邪ひくぞ。
Oh, that's so...
Fuck, man.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait.
Forgot about this.
寝てたんだろ
Aaron, this is fucked up. This is just you, isn't it?
う何か
What is this?
長い夢
Yeah, that... Oh, Aaron! Aaron, you piece of shit! Let it go!
忘れたことだしミカさんなんで泣いてんだ
Whoa, the flip. This
Yeah.
is so fucked up.
ここにいてもいいのかなって気がして
I like that Aaron looks off. Like, the
Uh-huh.
design is
Yeah.
off. That's... It...
Right, both because it's the future
Like,
that
he's
maybe
too
could have
old.
been,
Right,
but
right,
also
right.
maybe the disconnect of his perspective and what he's choosing to show her.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
マーレの戦争が終わって2ヶ月パラディ島侵略戦争がもうじき始まる逃げなきゃみんな殺される俺たちは必死で探しているだろう
Oh.
俺には
Although I love that this is being explored
として
to get inside Aaron's head.
Yeah.
島の外の人間を大虐殺することもできなかった
Because of course I couldn't do that.
But you'd abandon Armin. You'd abandon everybody.
Just for another 4 years.
そう言ってくれたのはミカサお前じゃないか
Oh, that's so fucked up. This is how far he's fallen. Like,
この話はしない約束だったのに
約束していいかこのマフラーは捨ててくれこの先も長生きするんだから自由になってくれ
fuck. Okay. I love the bird shadow flying
Yeah.
over. A little bit of a callback at the beginning. Yeah. Meanwhile,
Forget about me. Maybe because I don't want you to remember this.
God, that's so fucking awesome. Yeah. Fuck
Put it
yeah.
on one last time.
Uh-huh.
エレンは口の中にいるみんな協力して
All right. Oh, God, the way they've been transitioning through all the music tracks. Shit. Oh my God. Yep. Holy fuck. And that's it. It's over. Okay, what can we do in a fraction of a second, you know? Oh. No, this is... Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Whoa. I mean, this is the horror that... Yeah, but whoa.
Okay.
And Ymir's seeing that too. Oh my God.
Holy shit. All right. We're here.
進撃の巨人の
Oh,
力
okay,
と
okay,
ど
okay.
うしても僕をボコボコにしなきゃいけなかった
Oh,
味方で入れる必要は
お前たちを突き放すことにちょっと何やってんだろうって思う本当に悪かった
それは僕じゃなくあんなデタラメ言って傷つける全ては突き放した僕らを人類を滅亡から救った英雄に仕立て上げ
okay.
お前たちは生き残った人類すべての恩人になるだろうパラディ島に背き人道を貫いたこの世で最も敬意を表される存在になるはずだ
巨人大戦後のタイバー家みたいに壁外人類の幸福から
He was trying to do that?
僕た
Alright.
ちが英雄になれるわけないだろ君の思い通りに英雄を演じるつもりはないよ
And regardless, do you really think this will work?
俺たちが行きたかったところだ歩きながら話そう始祖ユミルの話を
Okay.
And as they go, they kind of grow up.
Yeah. And this is the paths. We can
Like
have all time
liquid
go.
fire.
Yeah. Let's see the world together. I mean, you have all memories of everything.
2000年間フリッツ王に従い続けているから。
故郷を焼かれ親を殺され舌を抜かれた
But if you broke that,
従順であり続けた道で彼女に触れて始祖ユミルはフリッツ王を 2000年経ってもユミルを縛り続けていたものの正体だ
because of the kids.
彼女が苦しんでいたことは確かだ
God, it's beautiful.
苦しみから解放してくれる誰かを求め続けそれがミカサだ
Whoa.
ミカサって言った
Yeah.
言ったよ
Through me
Yep.
dying.
ミカサなの。
始祖ユミルにしかわからねえよ
Whoa.
ミカサが何をするのかわからないミカサがもたらした結果全てその結果に行き着くためだけに俺は進み続けたパラディ島で殺し合いをさせて
And hence, that's why he continued forward.
俺の
Because he knew that this would work.
生き残れるかどうかも
Or at least, you know, he had an overwhelming sense that for some reason it would.
Because, yeah, that's the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always thought he was showing himself the future.
頭がめちゃくちゃになっちまった
But, yeah.
その力がもたらす影響には同時に存在するだからあの時ベルトルトはまだ死ぬべきじゃなかった
Uh-huh.
見逃した
Yeah.
浮かせたの
Yeah. Oh! I mean... Wow, yeah.
Uh-huh.
ミカサのことだよ。誰かと幸せに生きていけると思う？
わかんね
Yeah, that's been a long time coming.
ミカサの恋心を無限にしたことはどう思ってるんだ？
You can't just keep running away.
Right.
俺のことを忘れろで済まされると思っているのか？こんな女泣かさのことは忘れて幸せになるべきだね。
I can't believe this is the conversation we're having
Yeah.
right now.
It's so like mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ミカサに男ができるなんて一生俺だけを思っててほしい10年以上は引きずっててほしい
Yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah.
今のはミカサには言わないでくれ幸せになってほしいんだよ本当に
Yeah, let this boy die and rest.
Yeah.
Everything
It'll
in
be a
him is
mercy.
a mess.
見てと一緒にいたい
諦めずに探そう。他の道がないか。
ダメだ俺と同じでみんな死にたくなかったはず
Whoa. Uh-huh. And yet I killed them.
Yeah.
I killed them all. Yeah, this is what I actually see.
Yep.
8割だ
This is what the rumbling did.
ルイの8割を踏み殺した
That's the future I saw, and that's
Yeah.
壁外人類の根絶を完遂しようとしてお前たちに阻止されるその結果が8割一方的な報復戦争にはならないだろうがこの争いは終わらない
No. No.
僕たちがやったことは無駄だって言いたいのか？いいから。
お前たちが救える人類は2割までだ決まっている
決まっている。自分で殺したんだ。
Yeah. Didn't you tested it.
お前が言った通り俺は自由の奴隷だ
Wow.
取り返しがつかないのか？こんなのは解決じゃない。
No.
いなきゃ戦争はこんな冗談を真に受けるやつがあるか？確かにこの戦いは終わりが見えないし、それでもいつか分かり合えるってささやかな願いさえ。残された教訓は殺すか殺されるか。
And yet this world is
でも僕たち
somehow beautiful, right?
っていうのか。
it's a lot harder to say that looking at this.
違うエレンお前は
Wow. Shit.
平らにしたかったんだ
He did actually want that.
全てはお前らを守るためだサシャもハンジさんも俺のせいで死んでフロックたちと
That's why he
殺し合い
laughed.
させることになったどうしてこうなった
Fuck.
やっとわかったバカだからだどこにでもいるあり りふれたバカが力を持っちまった。
Nobody special after all.
この結末を迎えることしかできなかった。そういうことだろう。
Alright, Armin, this is why, yeah, this is why you were the one and not Erwin that was needed.
この世から人を消し去ってしまいたいと思ったことなら僕にもある。
Yeah, no, everyone,
そんなことを
yeah,
誰も思わないだろうね。エレンに外の世界の本を見せてたのは僕だ。
nice, perfect, the shell, yeah,
エレンに想像させたのは
yeah,
僕だ。いつでも足元にあったのに遠くばかり見てるから。
yeah.
Just like
The
at
end
the
of season
beach.
3, yeah, yeah.
僕に壁の向こう側を。これは僕たちがやったことだ。
Don't think you can take the burden alone.
これからはずっと
これからどこで。
地獄で8割の人類を殺した罪を2人で。
Because even in that, I won't let you be alone.
アルミ、誓った。ここで過ごした記憶は消すが、全てが終わった時にまた思い出すだろう。
次は殺し合いだね。そしてその次に会う時は
Yeah, yeah.
先に待ってる。地獄で。
ずっと一緒だ。
All right. And like, but wow,
怪我は治っ
wow.
何、時間があったから。
Oh my god. That's, oh,
Well done.
yeah.
Well fucking done. And oh yeah. Okay. All right.
思い出した。これは
Nice. Yeah, so he didn't remember the encounter. Yeah, 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 yeah.
アルミンも記憶が戻ったんでしょ。
Oh,
イカサがもたらした選択の結果が真の力を。
perfect. Okay, okay. Yeah.
律儀なクソバカ野郎め。エレン。母ちゃんも人に見られ
Uh-huh. That's all he can do, I guess. Yep.
あんたは
Best revenge he could get, right?
死にえそぎ野郎。
私もお話したかったな。
Peak just gets a nap.
おかえりなさい。
Fuck. So Aaron went all throughout just the series was going to them to talk and just find time
Basically.
to just commiserate and then oh
これが結末らしい。お前らが捧げた。
all right. We did it. All right. Yeah.
サーシャ。
You grinning little meathead. Gavin! Sorry. Oh.
それはよかった。
Yeah, yokata. Yeah, yeah.
ごめんね。ライナー。
About damn time.
何
You.
もいらなかったんだよ。
God, this much closure so quickly is just overwhelming, man.
行くね。
Where? Yeah.
どこに。
きっとエレンはきちんと埋葬させてもらえない。
These two deciding what to do underneath the fog, smoke, and a carcass of a titan.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a cool visual callback to season 1.
いつもあそこで居眠りしてた。
Yeah, yeah. That's
いい場所だと思う。
it's a setup for a bingo card somewhere.
Uh-huh.
エレン・イエーガーは死んだ。巨人の力も、おお、我々はただの人だ。今ここで
Ima, kokode.
血液検査なら今ここでだ。
こちらが未だ巨人の力を有しているなら
Come on, Armin.
We had that callback to season 1.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we get it for real.
Get it all the way. Armin stepping out. Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
パラディ島のエルディア人アルミン・アルレルトエレイ・エーガーを殺したものです
And even covering for Mikasa.
Yep. Yep.
ずっと私の頭の中を覗いていたのはあなたの愛は長い悪夢だったと思う
Yeah. The substitute for
Yeah.
everything.
What
yeah.
were all those headaches?
あなたに生み出された命があるから
It's a dark mirror of the fucked up love that she had for Fritz. Yeah.
Yep.
おやすみなさいユミル
Perfect. All right. Where are we time skipping to?
Life does go on.
Oh.
Yeah.
天と地の戦いと呼ばれたあの日から3年
All right.
生き残った人々も癒えぬ傷跡に苦し
No. No. You think? Yeah.
You don't say.
喪失の最中にある世界が危惧するエルディア国はイエーガー派が取り仕切る軍を
Oh shit.
日に日に力をつけています甲側で生き残った人類の報復を恐れて一丸となり声を上げます勝てば生きる
Wow.
負ければ死ぬ
Some things don't change.
Wow. Look at all these.
Uh-huh.
Look at all these callback characters.
Uh-huh. And I like that
Ah,
Hitch
yeah.
was shown among them too.
Yeah.
争いはなくならない
Yeah.
エレンは知る限りの未来を私に伝えましたそれ以上先の未来まで見ることがでは鮮明に見ることができました
Wow.
この結果はエレンだけの選択ではありません、私たちの選択がもたらし
All of us bear some responsibility for this.
私たちは
In
戦わ
every
なく
age,
ては
in
なり
every
ません
place, the deeds of men
これ以
remain
上
the same.
戦わないために、彼が私たちに望んだ人生ではありませんが私たちには託されま
Yeah,
し
it's
た
what we have.
残された猶予をどう生きるか
巨人のいない世界を
Armin. Okay. Your buddy's a little bit older and more filled out. you goober.
誰に見せる
Nay, no.
教科書を読む馬の図鑑と間違えてないか
Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
パラディ島が見えてきたよ
Oh.
本当にうまくいくと思う島を裏切りエルディア国民が崇める
Okay,
エレンを
okay.
殺した連中が和平交渉の連合国大使を
Ah, okay, okay.
私
To
は
keep the
この
world from
辺
going
り
to
で
war
撃沈され
again.
てもびっくりしない
まだ船が浮いてるとはなつけた世界の英雄の役がこれだ
今さら生きて帰れるつもりで船に乗ったのかよ
Damn. Connie looks like he aged 20 years.
花から自殺しに来たわけじゃないんでしょ
That's not funny. You realize who
ま
we're...
たこうして地獄に向かってること
Yeah.
が答えさ諦めの悪い連中
Oh, Rhino's smile.
I know.
憲
When did we think we'd see that?
まだ殺され
Nope. Nope.
Ignored immediately. No.
You're a scout, Annie.
ないはずだから僕たちの物語を
Oh! Humanity's strongest! Let's fucking go!
Giving out fucking lollipops.
Let's go!
My side forever. Oh, where is my lover?
散々話し合って
Yeah.
平和を訴えるのか
Yes, well done, well done. Nice visual symbolism. Yeah. You can always plant a new tree.
Yep.
The old one might have its roots dug real deep
Yep.
and might have a
we
lot
can
of
always
people
try.
depending on it, but
Uh-huh.
たちが見てきた
And now, 3 new kids.
yeah.
Oh, hey. I do love Jean, like, trying to strike that pose, though,
Yeah.
with the hair.
全てを話そう
Ah, cool. Then another little callback to that that freedom, that open-ended ending potential of no. Back at the tree.
もうすぐみんなが会いに来るよ
Nice.
嬉しいでしょ
Oh, what a soft song. Perfect. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Those were Mikasa's tears back then, yeah. Yeah.
あなたに会いたい
wrap it around you as many times as I need
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
マフラーを巻いてくれてありがとう。
That's how you end it. Oh, cool. Give us a montage of images. Yes.
I could not have hoped for anything better.
Jacob,
I know.
Jacob,
I know.
we're both in the same place now.
Yeah.
It took us 7 years or whatever.
Yep.
But we're both at the same level of Attack on Titan. Oh. Her as an old woman now. Wow. Oh, and this is representative of the peace that they've now attained in some way. Maybe because
yeah.
because at the very least this village is whoa, my god. Oh, okay. And then never mind. Yeah. Damn. Oh, that's
Well done.
oh. And yet. Oh, so this is the
Life goes on. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
of how this person kind of looks like almost Eren and Armin.
Uh-huh. Holy shit.
So you've been sitting on this ending for
Yes, for years.
years now? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
y'all. We
Here
just
we
finished it.
Yep.
This is just raw,
Yeah.
unreserved, just
So-
total feelings with the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
This is a series that will
Live on in
live
infamy.
on in infamy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel right now. This was
Yep.
this
I'd
was
say that's pretty normal.
This is
Yeah.
This is a series that has meant so much to me. It is a fantasy, but grounded fantasy in a weird way. And then
Sure.
at the end here, we got kind of everything we wanted.
Yep.
But also we raced through it. Like the fact that we got actual closure for Eren, Armin, and Mikasa in their own kind of unique ways. But we also spun the Founding Titan powers to their max.
Oh, yes.
For the,
Yep.
oh, yeah, I've been interacting with you through paths. And this is just the next time it happened
Yep.
in the more recent bit. Because, I see everything as past, present, future, all that
Yep,
together.
no
it's
difference
all
to me.
simultaneous.
Yeah. And
then,
I can wipe your memories, so...
And I can
you know.
wipe your memories at will. So, yes.
Yep.
We tried to have our Code Geass cake and eat it. And yet, no. Eren was a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Eren
right.
was completely lost.
Exactly.
And yet...
that's one of the things that I think is so, wonderful
Wow.
about the idea of Eren as a main character and as a main antagonist, and the way that this show decided to do the Code Geass style, ending, right? Because and this is where I feel like bringing up some of the things that Isayama has talked about over the course of creating Attack on Titan, where his understanding of Eren changed.
It
right?
did change, yeah.
And that totally makes sense because from the outset, Eren is very much the classic driven protagonist, but just put into a darker situation than maybe most stories would.
Right.
And as a result of that, the things of the I'm never gonna give up turns into a lot more of the I'm gonna kill them all. Right.
Right. And while there was definitely a lot of the points that could be taken, I would say, with no real important context, no important contextualization really needed, in that the desire that he had was so unrelenting, or just relentless in its nature.
Yep.
That yes, if it came down to him getting his world that he envisioned, him getting his vengeance that he desired, him getting the dream he had of
That he would
of an empty, open, clear world full of possibility. He would not let anything stop him.
And there's so much of the determined/determinator protagonist that is lauded and praised in narrative and such because oh, wouldn't it be wonderful to have that kind of drive ourselves, right?
Well, I mean, sure. You could get into why people find that on like a personal perspective interesting,
but I think what's important about Aaron here, and hence why I love the idea that it's like, no, I was a garden variety idiot, right? The idea that this is Aaron wasn't special. Like he was, of course, an individual, but
he was only special because he was born into this world. He's just like everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so to come to these kinds of conclusions where he tailspins and goes into this really fucked up place, right? That is something that anyone could and realistically would have happen in, if they're suddenly put into those shoes, right? If suddenly, you have all of these bad things happen to you as a result of this cycle of violence, you get given ultimate godlike power.
Ymir comes to you basically with this is the relationship that's perpetuated the ability for humanity to enact such great violence through the Titans. Now keep moving forward.
Right.
Don't try to stop the 2,000 years of history that brought me to you.
Right. Like sometimes
to
one
you,
of the most
2,000 years in the future.
It's exactly.
Perfect, yeah.
Right. And sometimes maybe the one of the most precious, vital, important things that we can do that is maybe the hardest to do is to stop moving forward because maybe that's essentially just going with the flow,
stand,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we ended up needing here. That's what ended up stopping all of this. But Aaron was not the kind of person who was able to do that, right? It's this beautiful reversal of that line.
Yeah, can I pop this off here? Because the thing that I feel like is so powerful about this, and the reason why I probably have a couple like critiques of this finale in general, was that we had the subversion, if you will, of Aaron being the one to stop and go against the flow. He's the one person that can do that. And that's because maybe in a lot of ways everyone projected out what he was doing in the earlier parts of Attack on Titan as being that. But one of the things that I think most everybody caught on to really quickly was that there was a very brief period of time where Aaron felt like a proactive protagonist. And it was a very brief period of time.
Yes.
And I mean, it was a very brief period of time. And it basically ended once his mom was killed.
Yeah.
And then from there on, he was a reactive protagonist.
And in fact, that's
from
one
the structure of the writing thing. That's actually the most consistent thing with it.
And it was
I think he never, ever was free.
Right.
And that's the beauty, in my opinion, of the.
Yes.
Then when this all hits, the rumbling pauses. It stops. The flow ends. Aaron then gets out. He's separated from the beast nasty thing. And then he moves around and operates independently. And at that moment, that's where then we have a conversation with Armin. And we have basically we get our paths conversation. We get him fucking with Mikasa in a way that is that's the pathetic side of Aaron, the side that is selfish, that is human, that is base, weak, and
the side of ourselves that we wouldn't want to admit because we would like to believe that if we were in a situation like that, we would do things differently, and that's the folly of Aaron as a character, right? Because no, he's not. We're not. That's the lesson that all of the people have to learn, not just the main characters, but also the Marleyans and Eldians, on the cliff.
And that's probably the part that is the hardest for me with this finale is that I think that was a decision that Isayama did to basically say, I'm not going to make this easy for you all to swallow.
Right.
I'm going to give you a very fucking large horse pill of Aaron lost himself in the flow a long time ago. And while it's hard to accept that he could have the desire to give people the I will take the fall and the weight of the sins of humanity and all that.
I will create a world of peace, and this is the only way I can see it happening.
Right. That's a great dream, Aaron. That's a really great thing that you imagined that you were, setting up to do because you could see the way that
your actions didn't do this at fucking all.
No,
like going all the way back even to the declaration of war and everything, right? The stuff that was happening back then, it in a lot of ways it was Aaron's own belief that there wasn't any way that this could be changed.
Right.
The fact that he was already going along with it, that then caused all of the little things to perpetuate.
Exactly.
That then turn into that self-fulfilling prophecy where he's like, well, that because we were born into this world, and then he smiles and he's like, okay, that's it.
And then Ymir with Mikasa and all that. Like I see the way in which they cleverly had the ability of the Attack Titan being the one to see the future through the memories of Attack Titan
or the oh fuck, I can't remember it because keep going.
But basically seeing the future through the lineage of the Attack Titan in that regard. But then this being something where Ymir is where all this is sourced from. The point of having this fusion through paths and being the founder effectively for that period of time, and then having Ymir basically say this set of choices that Mikasa will make will lead to effectively an outcome that is pleasing to Ymir, and yet that was essentially something that Eren needed to remind her of what he desired in the moment when he reached her the first time. There's
something where basically you have the blind leading the blind.
Exactly, right.
And
yet Eren tried to make himself believe that this was some great mission that he was on so that he could stomach it all. And thus I both hate the way that they basically ground Eren to dust basically in service of the trampling forward march of humanity's desire to multiply at any cost, and just it fucking sucks because it's something where I both love Eren's character and I understand that in some ways Isayama wanted to communicate a theme. Right. And in that respect, Eren was deconstructed and disassembled and ground to pieces in order to service that.
And theme. It's done within the mechanics of the world as a tragedy that is the showcasing in parallel of how this would happen to an individual in these kinds of situations, even if you don't have Titan powers and all that stuff.
And thus Eren is nothing special.
And so it's the, that's
if anything, we saw the most of Eren when he was in his most pathetic state here.
Exactly.
And he's talking to Armin and Mikasa.
And that is one of the things that,
because that's all that's left.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
And that's the fucked up thing is that it's not even that that's really him. It's just that's all we have now.
Right. And so this is
it almost made me like want to laugh in a dark way. Like
absolutely. Almost the same kind of dark way that he laughed at Sasha's death because she said Niku, at the very end, right?
And specifically not the part where he's with Mikasa, but specifically the part where he's with Armin, and he's like, "You can't tell Mikasa this shit." I'm like,
right. So one of the things that I want to bring up here is that from the very beginning of the show, Eren's defining characteristic was that he was lazy. That was before his mom got killed and everything, right?
Before.
It's the I don't do the work. I let Mikasa do everything, right? Like I just stay here and nap, right? When I'm supposed to be like gathering sticks and whatnot, right?
I love that you brought that up.
And so with what you said about he hasn't really been a proactive protagonist. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He seems like a proactive protagonist, but what it really is that instead of fighting against the flow of the river, he is leaping into the river as he's pushed into it. He's going to try and swim.
He's not afraid of the river.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that's the whole thing of him being like, I'm going to kill every last one of them, right? His, a lot of people would just break at that point when his mom was killed, but no, he's like, all right, I'm going to do this.
I'm going to try to swim. Yeah.
Props, because how the fuck are you supposed to deal with the fact of all of this shit that happens, right? You find yourself being ground under the foot of whether it's the rumbling or just the general cycle of violence with all that sort of stuff. how do you possibly survive? How do you possibly stay yourself, stay sane, stay any kind of functioning human being, right? That is not something you should be expected to do. In the words of Annie, right? Because again, things brought up towards the beginning are most important towards the end, and this was the finale of season 1 that we sat on for 4 years, right? That people who get swept along with the flow are people too. They still matter, right?
They still matter.
And Eren was that. Right, and that's one of the things that made this ending very controversial, because the people that were very much siding with Eren, and were like, oh yeah, Eren's totally doing the right thing, they didn't like this ending, and they were convinced that there was going to be an anime original ending where they change everything. It got super delusional and all sorts of crazy because they were thinking, this is shit. How dare you say that Eren actually was a pathetic?
Was it really
nobody.
that bad?
Or? Oh, it was. I wanted to bring up receipts and documentation of just how people were like going on, like think the craziest, most rabid shipping, but instead it's Eren actually knocked up Historia.
I saw the internet's like Jaegerist versus thing debates and stuff, but I feel like you could have issues with this finale that have nothing to do with thinking Eren was right.
No, totally. Like there's a specific, very passionate
gotcha
subsect of people where they had issues with this finale. Kind of. I'm
just worried that you might be blanket statement. Too many people now.
No. Totally. There are I totally understand people having issues with this finale, because at the end of the day, it was a decision that Isayama made to basically take the main character and the main the character of the main character and sacrifice it on the altar of the themes that he was wanting to communicate, right?
Well, right. And the thing that I think that reason why it works enough for me, like just enough, is that this was not just lightly foreshadowed.
No.
This was smacked into our face levels of foreshadowed.
The writing was very much on the walls.
And over again. And thus, for me, it's more that the pacing and the amount of time we spent to focus on this is both a creative decision, but it is a weighty decision, because there are things that I'm glad we got at least montages of, but there are things that the silence speaks volumes towards in that regard, and that is that in a lot of ways, Attack on Titan's greatest strength, in my opinion, is the way in which it ties through probably mostly retroactive contextualization of established kind of plot lines, themes, and all this kind of stuff. Isayama wove a narrative that feels like it was planned from the beginning.
Yep.
But in a lot of ways, the greatest weakness of Attack on Titan, in my opinion, is the characters. Like, there's a lot.
When it goes down to the individuals, that is very much the thing that is.
In a lot of ways, they're being sacrificed.
Yes.
If you can't sacrifice anything, you can't.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
And can't gain anything. So
Andy Isayama's like, I'll sacrifice them all.
I'll sacrifice them all. Yeah, exactly. And I feel robbed a little bit of an epilogue that just kind of gave me the bare minimum. And so this ending feels a little bit rushed.
It is far more thematic than character focused. Like the fact that we get that whole bit of like them, Reiner sniffing the letter and things like that. It's like that.
What did he say? Like the horse, like.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be in like the horse, digest or something, like that. And he's like, Reiner, it's a shame that you got more life,
right.
Yeah, that you're going to live longer, right? Like that's something where
like Mikasa's little bit here was beautiful. I loved that this was given from a visual side of things, and there were so many frames and individual pieces that were callbacks to different pieces. There was parts where Mikasa literally had the Eren cry, like she was even framed that way.
Oh yes.
So from a visual perspective here, I love the storytelling for this ending.
Yeah.
But I definitely can feel these other characters here. We're just gonna montage through them seeing their family again,
because even then it is something where their resolutions are being done in service of the themes of the story, not actually for them as individuals of where are they now, So having things like for Mikasa, it's a lot more powerful because she's a lot more closely connected to the themes of Attack on Titan with how they're resolving and everything. So
how Eren is used in this episode.
Exactly. So it only makes sense, right? But then for the other characters, like say Reiner and Jean, it's kind of like, okay, it's a bit weaker and stuff, and so they're used to communicate, point back at the themes. Same thing with Hitch. The fact that like her resolution is essentially just showing that no, she still got swept up in it too. She is like with the new Jaegerist regime or whatever, right? Nobody is safe from that. The things that we have seen up until now in the show will continue because humanity didn't suddenly change, right? The whole thing that Pictius talked about, or Erwin, I forget who it was, of the, it'll continue until there's one or less humans. Erwin, like that still holds true.
Yeah, Eren wasn't special that he changed humanity for the better by his actions here.
Nope.
He is going to be remembered as the demon of parody who brought about nearly the end of the world. And parody will eventually, way in the future apparently, get brought up in war that might theoretically still be remotely connected.
And
it's probably not.
But maybe not.
Because that looks like it was like 1,000 years later.
Right, exactly.
But it's the idea that, like, no, humanity is going to do as humanity does.
Right.
And
the wheels keep turning.
Eren did what he set out to do from one angle, in that he did this for his friends. If, that is, we can believe the, that's what he was doing this for.
And that's, and I think it was. I think it, like, there's absolutely the angle of all the fuckery.
Well, he went to all of them, so at the very least, he held on to them.
But he from within his own fucked up mind, by the end of this, he was doing it for them, right? And it's the, oh, but shit, who cares if you were doing it for us? What the fuck did you do, right? And I think that's something where it's a lot easier for us to make the, like, emotional connection to the idea of, hey, well, even if I can't think about the grander scheme of things, at least I can take care of me and mine close to me, right? There is definitely something powerful to that. And yet, oh shit, that can also lead to something like this, right?
I thought I was doing everything to protect all of you.
And in the end, it didn't really protect them anyways.
But why did it turn out this way? It's because of an idiot, garden-bred idiot who got his hands on power. And I think that's the answer that...
Right. Like, he almost could have been looking at the camera when he said that, right? Like,
right.
Like, this is the point.
Well, in a weird way, to call back to a very specific gross man's monologue here.
Oh,
people want to see cruelty.
Yeah.
Peace is wonderful, but it isn't enough. So.
Yeah. Like, it's
the death of my mom was educational.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole bit of the. Bertolt had to survive, so I couldn't. Right. Like,
I loved that reveal. It's totally like of course it was. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could go for the thing, I think, that pretty much everybody was just kind of casually accepting because it made sense at the time, was that, what's her name? Dina.
Right.
That she was basically seeking after Grishel this time and basically found him.
And I think that's still what it was.
That feels essentially what it was anyway.
I do think that's what it was, and it's but Eren didn't stop it, right?
Well, Eren,
he could have.
Eren, I got that vibe, sure, but I also more get the vibe that Dina was going to potentially eat Bertolt, and he did stop that.
Okay, sure.
And we can go into the Emir versus Eren kind of thing.
I think you're right. I think that that is what's being implied, right?
Right, but still, there are a couple theories that I had that didn't really pan out, but I think one of the ones that I don't think I would have predicted specifically ever is the Eren went and used paths in the time that he had with the Founder's power being linked to him, and thus being able to use it. He was able to, across time and everything. It's irrelevant as to when it happened, but it's also irrelevant as to how many times it happened. But it happened enough that this is something that all the characters, I believe that's what was shown here. Mikasa remembered. Armin remembered.
Everybody.
And then Connie, Jean, Reiner.
Yeah.
Now, there's something something, rather funny in a way of the Peak being like, I would have liked to chat with him.
Yeah.
But
Only members of the 104th.
But yeah, the thing that maybe is a tough sell here, and this is something I think that Isayama does rather well, is that when you have a story that you're going to basically have to evolve over the course of time.
Yep.
There's going to be moments in the later parts of the story where you have to collapse things down to their basic components so that you can have not just progress towards a kind of a conclusive finale, but having a conclusive finale.
Yep.
And one of those things that is really tough when you do that is that you can make some of the efforts of the past feel irrelevant.
Sure.
And thus, one of the things that I would say, while I'm a little bit critical of the side characters in Attack on Titan in general, this is more just that there are specific characters that get way more depth, and then others that just kind of get forgotten. But or they could have gotten more.
They're clearly not as high on the priority.
Yeah. Isayama has favorites. That's okay. Everybody has favorites. But the idea that Eren had favorites in a very sick and twisted way, I fucking love it because it's the idea that when his mom died and he spent all this time learning how to basically be ready to then kill and do his stuff there, believing then he was going to be this special person that would go about and do all this. All the people around him by extension and proxy became special.
Yes.
There's something that was so selfish about Eren early on.
Yeah.
I really liked is that
Hence the lazy aspect, right?
Well, hold on. The idea that, if you remember, he was the rowdy one that everyone kind of looked to, being like, whoa, you remember what it was like when the Titans attacked? But also, he's like, nah, like, it's going to be easy. We're going to have ODM gear. We're going to do all this stuff. It's going to be great.
Yep.
And all these people rushed basically forward towards hell, towards their deaths, basically.
Yes.
And some of them joined the Scouts, in some ways became special, actually, by the nature of looking at this dumbass, this garden variety idiot, that while he was the suicidal maniac, if you will, ended up multiplying himself in a way that I'm extrapolating a little bit.
I love the connection. Because it's whether you're talking about through physical procreation or just through cultivating our environment to be more suitable to us, right?
Flattening it.
Yes. Well, I mean, in all sorts of ways,
no,
right?
In all sorts of ways, yeah.
Humans multiply. That's not just a literal thing we do. It is an emergent behavior of how we are, right?
Absolutely.
Eren multiplied with the way that he talked and incited all the people to join the Scouts and things like that, right?
Yep.
And we look at that and we say, wonderful, right? Isn't that fantastic? The same thing happens with the Jaegerists later, right? You know, and they're not going to be stopped. That ends up happening. Who knows? Maybe because of the future that we saw, it's actually that there was peace for that long because the Jaegerists won and set up some new 1,000-year empire, right? Like, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe peace was achieved, and that's the peaceful future that they ended up being able to get.
I mean, we only saw one little slice of the world, so
exactly right.
Did you see it happen?
Right. Right. And so it's one of those things where I absolutely adore how Isayama has taken a story that has evolved over such a long course of time. Right. The whole first part of season 3 bit in the manga, that very much felt to me when I was reading it as it was coming out that it's and now he needs to figure out what the fuck do I do with the rest of the story, right? And
or also, how am I going to set up a way to end this?
Exactly.
And in a lot of ways, that is probably why, because the first half of season 3 was the one that got gutted in the from the adaptation.
Yes.
Right? Right.
But I will say,
but the idea of exploring humans and the problem with humans basically was Isayama basically being like, I have to get big here.
Right, like
and
that's been a thing since the beginning, and that's what I'm going to choose to capitalize on. And...
Right. So he doubled down at that arc, and that's where things were the hardest for him to write, apparently.
At least I don't know, of course, but I would guess, right? Like because that's where all the more straightforward stuff that had been set up since the beginning is kind of being resolved. We know who the Armored and Colossal Titan are and everything, right? We're gonna go into whatever the final conflict is with them that we get in, the return to Shiganshina arc and all that stuff. But before then, oh yeah, there's this whole thing with like within the walls and the humans and all of that stuff, right? Which then ties into the main themes down the road and everything. Right. And so
it provided the beginnings of the groundwork for a lot of this more
grand scale,
more grand scale narrative. Yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's not necessarily more complex, but
exactly. And for the people that talk about the idea of like changing things from the manga and all that stuff and whatnot, that's something that's been happening the entire time. And since like really. Even the very first season finale with, I will destroy the world, right? As Aaron's taking out Annie. That's something that I can't go into too much detail.
Well, wasn't most of what Aaron's stuff was
most of that final conflict
wasn't that all
was
anime original?
Was anime original.
Oh,
the whole
okay,
thing, of him going all on fire, with his like scorched Titan form and everything, and like the demon side of him and whatnot. That was way anime original with how they did it, right? So it's something where it's this is something that is been being built to as a result of the, oh hey, you have a serialized fiction, right, that evolves as it goes on. One of the jobs of the adaptation then would be to smooth out some of the wrinkles, right?
Right. And also that's another maybe a lot of thing as well, is that Attack on Titan has been built up in all our minds who have been following this series for so long as like the series that can do basically anything and have it do no wrong, and it just keeps going and building and building. At some point it's got to end, and at some point you got to realize that like this isn't everybody's story.
Oh sure.
I'm looking even more critically at this finale, just in like the broader context here of what was chosen to be focused on, and like it works for me, but I could see many ways in which it doesn't work for everybody.
Yes, and with the way it was in the manga, so one of the reasons that there was so much of a backlash to this ending,
tell me about that.
So there were a lot of things leading up to this in the manga, and the fact that it was a monthly release structure definitely made it harder, because then people would spin into like these theories that were understandable, but then they'd do some of those things that we sometimes where it's like you find a theory that you like, and so you hold on to it too much.
That's just how humans do. Yeah.
But then on top of that, you had issues with like bad fan translations, and then like actual wrinkles in the story where, because it's not a visual medium, you don't have audio, you don't have all of these other things.
You kind of left to wonder a little bit of the tone.
Yeah, like the ways that an anime will be able to expand on a panel to turn it into a full scene rather than just like a slice of a scene.
Sometimes just voice acting as well can just tell you the delivery of something being a specific way.
And so I'm very curious to. I would be very curious to see your experience with going back and then comparing to the manga, because there were some things that they did that were not like big changes, but they were just these slight, like I said, smoothing out of wrinkles to be like, this is the ending that Isayama did, right? Let's make sure that it really truly feels as like, like
well communicated
and built up to as possible, because given that so much of the finale was action, right? That was something.
That was the part that blew my mind. Yeah, I thought we were getting a much slower,
like conversation type stuff.
A lot more like maybe that's part that I'm the most disappointed by, is that Attack on Titan is a gloriously visually pleasing
spectacle is delightful.
But a lot of this episode was on the spine of the the gigantic caterpillar Titan.
Right, exactly.
We had a good time on there, but I mean that was a lot of and then they're almost bitten again. Things go into slow motion, and that was rinsed, repeated about 25 times.
Oh yeah.
And I love the action, but again, Attack on Titan's greatest weakness is its side characters, and
I would say
was already kind of thinking, some of them are gonna die, but. I think if anything, I expected us to have way more paths shit. So and the fact that we got the beautiful one with Zeke and Armin,
that was absolutely fantastic.
That was one of my favorite parts of the finale. Yeah.
Like and again, I don't have a perfect memory of exactly how all of this went down in the manga, because I've tried to not look at it as much so that I could get the full
more fresh
re-experience of it, here.
Yeah.
But from what I recall, this was even more of a paths conversation, like balance than it was in the manga. And so
they probably added a lot of,
like
flavor to make the fight
yeah,
scenes feel like they had full context
right.
and everything.
Well, more like taking the text bubbles and fleshing them out, right? And sure. I'd have to go back and look at the actual details to be able to like truly compare and contrast and things. But
dialogue can only be stretched so much because it's just you have to read it,
Yep.
But then with fight scenes and stuff, they can feel like they're over in seconds, probably in a panel or an image because it's just. Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
But I really think that by Isayama completed a series and did a pretty good job.
And again, the fact that like for something as big as Attack on Titan, like I feel like it's almost a guarantee that the ending isn't exactly going to be what it is from the start, especially with something like Attack on Titan where so much of it takes on such a life of its own as a result of its massive popularity, but then like also just, like when Isayama started out, how early was he in his career versus now, right? Like the evolution of realizing what works, what doesn't, and like, the things that you're especially good at and whatnot. So the fact that we were able to get an ending that is this satisfying, even if a lot of it comes from, say, going back and smoothing out wrinkles, getting the stuff of Ymir's backstory with, like the whole parody, stuff and whatnot that came out in the anime like at the same time as it did in the manga because they decided to add it in to, help seed things and whatnot,
Sure.
Having like the callback to and it was more me making the connection, but like I feel like it was there of the
go for it, yeah.
Mikasa saying to Eren like why are you struggling with the idea of killing Annie, right, like what's the holdup, like you've been having this dedication of I'll kill all the Titans, and now we have one here, right, just because they're like us, kind of. Is that going to stop you?
Yeah,
right?
And I think that might be another thing that could be really fun about analyzing Attack on Titan as a whole, is that because it's dedicated most of its characters primarily in service of the themes, with their actions feeling not as free. It gets a bit cyclical at this point. Again, not pun, not intended, but there is a feeling in a lot of ways that we are kind of watching a story unfold rather than being immersed into a believable world. Like, it's the kind of thing where
we can kind of, we're seeing the puppet strings that are in universe also there, but like that makes for a bit of a different experience. That is probably then why
it can be a bit immersion breaking.
It can be immersion breaking, and maybe the strongest thing to do in that situation is not to think about the individuals of the characters, but think about how does this tie into the themes? Because we're getting so like grand scope, big picture with it. Yeah.
Like you said, grand scope. But there were so many little things in this finale that are like the thing that you talked about, where I feel like based on your perspective, if you will, that's why I wanted to bring up the Armin and Zeke scene of what's the point of all this then? If there's a determined ending, if there's all this horror and pain along the way, then why do we keep pushing forward, if you will? Why not just surrender to the flow?
Yeah.
I almost like the idea as well of, wow, you have so many things that you could point at in this episode and in the series as a whole, of the characters reinforcing the themes by their dialogue or by the desires and goals that they have. But the moment that kind of settled it for me was when they had the very meta thing of him holding up the leaf, and then you shift to Zeke's perspective and it's a baseball.
Yeah.
And for what this is here, there's a very, simple thing of just a perspective shift going on here.
Totally.
But
then also the idea of this is the paths realm, and if it's there, then it's probably that Eren left it there, especially with the confirmation of his motivations later, and so then also it's looking like a different thing to them.
Right.
Yeah.
You could get into the mechanics as to why this works, but
sure.
I think the point, basically, pun intended again, is that this was probably the closest here in the mechanical and thematic sense where the characters feel the most free, I guess.
Yes. Which makes sense, because that's also when the the memories of the dead rage against Eren.
Right.
Yeah.
Which feels, again, great
Uh-huh.
at servicing that Eren is not free. They are somehow finding freedom in the midst of this.
Exactly.
And while yes, freedom is great.
What do you
it's
do with it?
wonderful. Like, what your perspective is on
Yes,
the
right.
point in acting within it can absolutely
Exactly.
change everything.
Right. Eren, in a literal sense,
Yeah.
has been free this whole time, right?
Yes.
He has the founding titan and all of that stuff. Who could be more free?
Right.
And yet, because in his mind he's not free, that actually is what dictates
That is his
it.
perspective, yeah.
And so in this situation, when a lot of them exist only as memories, right? They in
They're
the
literally
most
gone.
right in the most literal sense, they are not free.
Right.
And yet, oh hey, they managed to be free. Right. Like
and
that's
it's because of basically a perspective shift from these
Yeah.
two great thinkers of our
That's our-
respective sides here. For
that's our
him.
pomegranate in the sun, you know,
It is
right?
absolutely the
that's-
pomegranate in the sun. Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. And so while this series in a lot of ways gives you a very direct interpretation for I would say like almost all of it. There is a definite offering made in my opinion that the series is basically saying, yeah, there's a perspective that you can take from this that is a little bit vaguer with regards to the way the literal story is playing out and the way in which it is basically a message in service of the themes, rather than it being so important to go into the exact
mechanics
headspace
of how all of
and
this
mechanics
works. Although
of the characters and
I
all
will
that.
say, just for the sake, since it was brought up, you could totally say that given that Aaron's mind is such mush by this point,
That's
and
where
that
he's
the
at.
memories have been passed along, these are all of the aspects of basically different identities that have been overwrote inside of him because of the translating of the shit from across time and space and whatnot.
Right.
That in this situation, effectively, is it any different for them to be here rather than Eren, the original person who was born into this body, right? That is
Yeah.
now inhabiting this space, right?
And that's what my point is that you could have that perspective
exactly.
because the mechanics of this world and the way that the story has been set up is such that you could have almost anything like that be the case.
Right. In a similar
Almost.
right. And in the same fashion, like one of the things that's talked about is like this is a plot hole and this is the reason that Isayama was just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't whatever, is that he was wiping Mikasa's memory, but wasn't the whole point back in the first part of season 3 that the Ackermans couldn't have their memories altered and that's why they were being persecuted and stuff? And it's like, well, sure, but at the same time, if we don't know how the Ackermans came about necessarily, and if they came about as a result of the Founding Titans specifically to make sure that they would be still around so that way Mikasa could do this thing here, then...
if someone was always only using the Founder in its, limited
Right.
capacity,
Who's to
because
say
they
that
weren't
the-
actually working with Ymir because they were
Right.
part of the thing tied to King Fritz.
Or maybe just a founder at some point decided that other founders actually won't have full access to the founder's power, and yeah, why wouldn't they be able to do that?
Right.
Right.
There's many points I would say that you can go back and look at the earlier parts of Attack on Titan and just realize that Isayama hadn't thought of
Right.
the whole series at this point.
The armor vial is my personal
That's
favorite.
my personal favorite.
Right. It's like, what the fuck? Who know? Why? No, that doesn't
Why
make
was
any
that?
sense with regards to anything else. It's
No.
not. It was a thing that he was toying with, and it didn't play into the
He
grand
just
scheme of
wanted
things.
he just wanted the cool thing to be like, we could bottle up the Titan
Right.
power specifically of just the
Right,
ability.
even monthly serialization is really fucking hard, right? And he's figuring out how he's going to do this whole, opening it up to the whole rest of the world. Sure, there's a
Right.
hardening vial.
Yeah, the reason why I think that for me this finale works and also probably has the toughest part for it is that they decided to focus, or Isayama decided to focus overwhelmingly so on Eren.
Yes.
And because of that, I think that's why this finale works. And I also think because of that,
There was a price that was paid.
There was a price that was paid for that. It is a
Yep.
it's a sacrifice
Yep.
that Isayama decided to make. And Armin and Mikasa are the ones that benefit the most from this outside of Eren because of the way that their characterizations were explored.
Exactly.
Armin basically saying, I see why you did this. And of course, it's our Crimson King himself laying in the
that
blood
says
with him. That's like, yeah, I've thought about this too. I've been there with you. When this is all over, I'll see you in hell, and we'll be together forever. That's the kind of shit where it's like, that's Armin. Yeah, that's the Armin we always knew, loved, and were terrified of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The same Armin that's gives him the inspirational speeches and wake up, Aaron. Listen up, you stupid piece of shit. And the hey, if we really wanted to get the people on our side, we would let a bunch of them get killed by Titans or by the people so that way they'd side with us. Right? Like. And yeah, at the end, it's the, hey, even if we weren't able to stop you, even if you totally were like, I can't in any way, condone or agree with in the slightest what you were doing. I understand the aspects of myself that were also like you in this matter. We were partners early on in our own misguided, innocent, limited view of the world. And yeah, now that we're at the end here, I will see you in hell.
Mm-hmm. And and then Mikasa. Mikasa. Probably the character that I think you and I have probably the most different type of attachment to.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
I think you have a much stronger attachment to Mikasa as a character than I do.
Oh yeah, and a lot of that is because,
of how she was handled in season 1.
How she was handled in season 1, but also introduced. But Mikasa is also the character that is the has them where most of the effect of Attack on Titan and the fact that I kind of grew up with it as far as my anime journey, like I would not care nearly as much about Mikasa if I got into Attack on Titan now, right?
I see what you're saying.
But because it was like, oh shit, right? Then it's like, yes, Mikasa was my favorite character, and then it's like all the stuff that happened. I still believe that season 2, especially with retrospect of all the stuff with this and the bird at the end and all of that, right? Like I feel like that is kind of the perfect scene to set up this in a weird way.
God, yes.
Like because
what scene we're talking
about. Yeah, exactly. The with the charge and everything and Eren both being the idiot.
Wrap the scarf around me.
Yeah, of the turning away from her and ignoring her while at the same time saying I'll wrap it around you as many times as it takes, right? Like that is the garden variety idiot. That sets up this perfectly of exactly how this would go, and without some like the whole Mikasa being in love with Eren, because it's something where Mikasa is not confident enough or in tune enough with her feelings to actually make anything happen with regards to that, and Eren also is completely ignoring that angle. It's very difficult to have something as crucial and pivotal to the entire narrative revolve around that and have it be satisfying. So like one of the biggest specific point of like cringe and contention within the community, I would say probably with regards to this ending, is the moment where he's like, no, I'd want her to remember me for 10 years at least, right? It's a lot more difficult to get the intended effect, like have that be communicated, and especially with how it was done in the manga of this is cringe, and it's it's supposed to be cringe, and I'm pretty sure they added that line from Armin of God damn, that's pathetic, just as the way to make it abundantly clear that's what this is supposed to be, right? As opposed to something of, yes, see, he loved her this entire time, which would be completely lame because that hasn't been actually addressed or really dealt with in the story. It almost feels meta in that way. That it's in this hype, like action shonen and all that stuff, even though there's the female character that's in love with the main character, unrequited feelings and all that stuff, the main character is not going to address it. That is not something we're going to deal with in this show because this show isn't a romance, right? So that's not going to be here.
Despite however much we in the fandom shipped the fuck out of all these characters in between seasons 1
exactly.
and 2. We wanted
I remember
content.
The polygons. They were. It was a webbed network, and it was incredible.
Even though like Jean was the only one with actual characterization back in season 1, beyond
basically,
the main 3.
Oh, we went into all of those specific individual lines, and we're like, no, it means so much.
It's just so funny to think that now like Reiner is my favorite character in terms of like the 104th.
Yep.
I mean, I obviously outside of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin because they get way more focus.
Right,
stuff,
but yeah, no, Reiner absolutely like Yeah, it's I could talk about Reiner for forever.
We could gush about the series as a whole. I would say forever as well, and who knows? Maybe we'll make a video about that. But
right.
I am married now, and I have stuff to get to. But for this finale,
yes,
having Isayama end it definitively. Catching just a checklist off here, a bunch of things that I really wanted out of this finale, and I'm really impressed that we got it. Titans are done.
Yep.
It was something that was established as something that was very possible. I like the way that it was handled. It does not need to be gotten down into the nitty gritty as to exactly how it happened.
Right. Founding Titan can do all this stuff because it started it in the first place.
Oh yeah, exactly. And Ymir's motivation and why she ended up deciding to go with Eren in that moment there wasn't just because he promised her that he would basically burn it all and destroy it and everything. That was part of it. But it was that she ultimately was not free because of love. Right. And the idea that fucked up actions of humans, in this case the king, had these rippling consequences, feels impactful, and yet it still gives our characters, and even weirdly enough Eren, just enough agency that I liked her resolution almost the most of anyone in
That's awesome.
In the main cast here, because I feel like everyone else was kind of rushed.
Well, because essentially
Eren got some good stuff, but
but they kind of turned it to her resolution, which
did.
is something that works very well in tandem with Eren, because if Eren is so obsessed with freedom, right, this is all he burned the world down for one stranger that he saw that was not free.
Exactly.
Right. Yes, it was also something where he was trying to save all of them, but it's I see this person is not free. Okay, I will do whatever it takes. Right. You know, the thing that we would champion in other situations until we realize, oh, fuck, he really will do whatever it takes.
Right. And then, ultimately, this is just another thing, the way in which the action reduced itself in scale down, even in the mechanics of the Titan battle, to we have Eren as a colossal fusion form, founder
thing,
mixed thing here, having a punching battle with Armin, which awesome. I can't believe we sold us on having things get down to that basic level, while basically the source of life, the source of humanity's selfish desires and all that, the devil of all earth,
just call it the plot theme.
Whatever
plot theme worm. You know,
we are going to have everybody else sacrificed, not just in the turning themselves into Titans, which was a very hype way to throw yes, you might win and save everybody, but if you can't end Titans as a thing, then all these people just died. That's very cool. But then having everybody else that are Titans holding that thing back away from Eren, Isayama, that's a very, very clever way to not undo Armin's explosion, but have the effects of that lead to everybody else then basically trying to keep the flow of these two titanic forces, pun intended. From reaching each other.
And just as a personal perspective on all the things you mentioned and like some of the wonderful ways in like with what that can mean. One, Armin finally standing up to Eren. They are put into an equal position where that is finally happening. He is actually punching him, and Eren isn't just beating the shit out of him because he's stronger, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Fucking beautiful. Two, you literally have the representation of everyone else standing against the flow of the river. Right? All of, even when they're literally their loved ones, everyone who couldn't, that are still people, right? And them trying to just desperately hold this back. Three, it is them trying to protect Eren. Right. The thing that has been consuming him and has been causing all of this stuff to happen, even his enemies, the people that he swore and vowed to kill, Reiner, Bertolt, I will kill you in the most painful way possible. They are saying, fuck, let's just hold it back as much as we can to keep it away from him, because essentially it's not good for him. And also there's all the other
and
grander
also the
stuff.
Consequences of what would happen.
Exactly. But like from a visual standpoint, it's like
as a way to basically collapse the grand scale rumbling side of things down to a very mechanically consistent component.
Yep,
Of
easy to understand.
Well,
and-
right.
yeah.
But once Zeke is dead, the rumbling is over. There
Right.
was no subversion at any
Yep.
point of that having a
Oh, we just
possibility of
decide to do it
continuing.
still anyways, you know.
But they teased us with we don't know what would have happened exactly
Right.
if that thing had reached Eren again.
Right.
It was just Isayama's like, I don't have to figure out what to write in base of what would happen, but I just keep the characters, have it their goal to keep that thing away.
But even then, that was also established earlier with the conversation between Eren and Zeke, because it was resolved by the fact that essentially Ymir made her own choice.
Yes.
It was something where, despite the whole founding Titan royal blood thing, which, oh hey, that explains a bit more why she, listens to them and all that stuff, even though that was, also talked about earlier. That's not all. Right.
Yes, that's
and
not
so
all.
and so there was
yeah,
actual danger if the thing gotten back in contact with.
Well, no.
Eren.
I'm saying there was danger. I'm just saying that Isayama didn't have to write what that would be.
Exactly.
We can just imagine it, and that's terrifying enough. So I felt the stakes. They were never lessened, except for the fact that the side characters were just getting saved in the nick of time by all
constantly, and it's like,
all the
okay,
things
this gets old, right?
That could have been maybe shortened, but that's nitpicking. The other thing that I just love so much here is that we got two very raw, real sides of Eren being explored, and while he's broken and disassembled here, we saw one with Mikasa and one with Armin, and both of them
Very
gave
different.
both of them gave me the most sick, twisted feeling in my stomach, and I am proud of you, Isayama, for giving me that feeling, despite it not being enjoyable in
it's very easy to go too far with something like that, where you're like, no, I don't like this, not just from the standpoint of like within the bounds of the story, like, oh no, how could this be happening, right? You don't want characters to die, that kind of stuff, to the, no, I myself outside of this story do not like this, please stop. Right.
Because obviously I'm going to come at it with my own interpretation and stuff and like that, but my perspective could be shifted based on the stuff that then gets shown later as we get then to see this is where Eren's headspace was at. I've had plenty of empathy for Eren. I've had plenty of times where I'm like, I just feel the suffering that you've gone through and everything. But we've hit the point as well where he stopped. It was specifically during the time where he spent in Parody, as he was, pretending to be, a war victim there, because, well, in a lot of ways he was.
Yeah.
And yet he thought over the course of that time that if he could basically give humanity that test, that it would give him a better perspective on things. But the fact that he had already kind of seen since the contact with Historia that this was the way things were going to go, he abandoned his friends in that moment. He went off on his own.
Yes.
He delayed things as they were and effectively proved just enough that he had the freedom to do this by fucking off and going on his own here. To then come back to the point where it's no, I had this goal, but I also, had to do things as Ymir had shown me. And this was also something tied into the Attack Titan's power and the Founder's ability to perceive all things simultaneously. I lost empathy for him in the fullest sense a while ago. Because he both believed he was free when it suited him, and he both believed he wasn't free when it suited him. He fell down to his base components. He wasn't special, and he was just another person, and thus I don't have any more empathy for him than I would have for any other person.
Exactly.
Because, well, one, he's obviously a fictional character, but two, he has lost his humanity effectively.
You brought up the fictional character thing. A lot of the times I would say we actually do specifically give special treatment.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're
do
fictional
that,
characters,
yes.
right? And that is a normal thing. That's part of
absolutely
what
do that,
stories are built on and everything. And at that point, the story stripped that away for you. It certainly did for me, right? And so at that point, you're dealing with something else.
Well, that's because he was meant to be our antagonist.
Exactly, right. You play the bad guy next.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's okay for a story to give you, the audience, in maybe a bit of an immersion breaking way, an opportunity to say it's okay to empathize or not empathize with a character. You hold no responsibility to the story.
Yep, exactly.
To how you respond to it. You are going to see things differently at different times or what have you. But the idea that Eren was shown to us, I mean unequivocally shown to us in the way that Isayama portrayed it, as having lost it.
Yes.
He was not gone, but he was lost.
Yeah.
And he admitted it, he accepted it, he had taken it. That's the point where the tiniest bit of empathy came back for me. But it's not enough.
Right.
You've got to go. And I love a classic mercy killing for the protagonist. I think that personally, this does not go into the annals of Code Geass kind of endings in that regard. It's its own thing. It's I think I'll have to spend more time watching the series to kind of get the full feeling of this as well.
Oh yeah.
But do you feel like that the way in which Eren went out here gets better having now effectively seen the
I think so.
Because of the anime giving you another chance with the
because
do you like it more?
When I went through the manga,
do you like it differently?
When I went through the manga, so that final manga stream, which is nuts, I very much was oscillating between okay, that was a decision, I kind of like it, to ooh, I don't know if I like this, right?
Oh, okay.
And
so very similar to me.
Yeah, and a lot of that had to do with just
more negative. Would you say?
I would say more kind of negative because of the stuff with like both the letdown of Attack on Titan is this giant thing in my mind, right? And then once you actually collapse possibility down to something specific, of course it won't live up to your imagination, right?
Okay.
You know, like especially if it's something that's that grand in your mind, you know, which of course I was ready for, but you still experience it, right?
I mean, it was a hell of a journey.
It was a hell of a journey, and that being able to then go back through and then see it retold with all of the immense effort that they put into making sure that it would land as well as possible. Like, you know, people would joke about how like, oh, you know, they're stretching this out, you know, like, oh, this is the end for real this time. Oh wait, no, it's actually now it's actually now, you know. And I think as a result of that, we were able to get something like this, where it's we are not changing the ending in any kind of fundamental level, but what are the ways in which we can make sure that something that is this easy to have it miss for people, like, you know, not that we don't think it's good, but that for the individuals, for all of the people that have been on this journey over such a long time, that it might not work for them, how can we make sure that it works as well as possible for as many people as possible? I think they were able to get that with how they did this.
So then they changed things a lot potentially than if people were
if
it was that controversial.
I don't think they changed it a lot, but they changed it in the little ways that matter a lot. So
that's instance, what I mean. That if it's something where if it's a controversial ending, I struggle to see how this would be a controversial ending. I could see how people could call it a bit. I could see how people call it a bit flatter of an ending. Like,
well, I mean,
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I won't stop.
yeah.
I won't stop.
I mean, you know how passionate
all
fans
puns have been destroyed.
Yeah. But you know how passionate fans can be, right? Like where it's like,
no, I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
No.
Like take that for Attack on Titan.
I made it through the Lost finale, bro. Like,
right. Yeah. So it's something where like. And I don't know, maybe like this was probably something where as a result of this ending, it did give me a different kind of appreciation for how you view the Lost ending, you know? Because you advocate for it, right?
I think that people are getting their titties in a twist with regards to some of the ways in which certain things were not explored in the Lost ending, but not to get into that whole series. That series is a mess for a bunch of other reasons.
But it holds a similar place in the idea of something that reaches such a mass audience, right? Where people build it up so much, it gets into all these wonderful themes that don't always get directly tied back into the tangible,
or get communicated that well.
Sure,
because I think sometimes I'm a bit on the sauce, and I start finding things that Isayama was like, he couldn't even get high enough to find the weird shit that we'll come up with. Like, we'll be like, well, did you realize that the rumbling is just a bunch of humans and people that can't stop with the flow, and they're in it, man? Well, and then Eren just end up being the ones to lead it like the scouts.
No, but it's
yes, you could see that, but it's...
All right, here's where I'll go a little bit into the sauce here. Put that tinfoil hat on.
Let's go, man.
This is actually, I would say, the best objective of an adaptation.
Okay.
Could Eren shoulder all the burdens of humanity? No. Could Isayama shoulder all the hopes and dreams of Attack on Titan fans? No.
But he's the goat-sama.
He made something incredible. Oh, hey, and then a bunch of other people come along and help make it better. And that's the adaptation, right? That's how this shit works, right?
You're on the good shit right now.
And so the idea that this is how it goes down, of course it is, right?
Interesting.
Because in the same way that Eren isn't some Chad Eren that had some perfect master plan or whatever bullshit, right? Yeah, Isayama didn't have the whole thing planned out from the beginning. Of course he fucking didn't, right? Like, he started with a cool idea, you know, and that evolved over time, and now...
The coolest thing that he'd set up from the beginning that might have even remotely had something to do with it, but it was recontextualized eventually, was the to you 2,000 years in the future. Or
right.
2,000 years in the past. Or
No, 2,000 years in the future. That's why it's weird, because the world looks like it's from the past of our world.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. Like, so it's... Yeah,
he knew he wanted to go big scale, at least philosophically.
Right, exactly. Right. You know, he had a lot of wonderful ideas, and that's where I feel like we need to appreciate the like downright miracle it is when stories like these happen, because all of the different ways in which it takes a village both to you know stop an Eren, but also to bring something like this about. That is nuts. From you know, even before the anime adaptation, just the editors and the, you know, all of that stuff.
Well, before we get too much into to that, just the story, like, I see what you're saying.
Like, way to fucking go. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know, while I could theoretically see aspects where I'm like, oh, but what if it was different? I can't be disappointed with what I got.
I can't go that far, but I can basically say that, like, this anime gave us something that we probably won't get again for a very, very, very long time.
10 years at least.
Yeah, so live a long life, anime fans, so you might see another Attack on Titan again.
Oh,
you know,
man.
because human beings never change, and we might end up, you know, having a kid in our, you know, future that finds the source
in the
of
same
all
way,
life and everything.
Right,
and
there will be the next trio of kids, you know, just like we had the next trio of kids in the show, we will have the next Isayama that comes along and is like, hey, I've got a really cool idea.
There's a cool tree over there. I'm gonna go investigate it.
Yeah. So the dub voice actor for Eren got asked at a con to do a voice line in Eren's voice of the "No, I don't want that," and it was delightful.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Bread, you know?
That bread tasted awful. Can you imagine what it would be like if the Abridges actually caught up and did like, all the way to the end? It's not gonna happen. It's never fucking gonna happen. But oh my god.
I mean, you never know. Depending on how this gets received, this could end up in the annals of the Evangelions, where it's the you know, the endlessly debated, the forever renowned, but you know, acknowledged of its flaws and its faults, and yet it's still looked back on as the modern, you know, turn of the beginning, if you will, of the new millennia of anime, as the one that
to you anime fans, 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years in the future, yeah. Exactly. I think we've witnessed history. This was an incredible anime through and through.
Yes.
I will always sing its praises for the journey.
Yes.
While the finale gave me a lot of things that I did not expect, and then maybe some things that I wish were done a little bit differently. I am so glad with what we got. And then it was also just fucking beautiful. Yes. The music especially, I think, gets not enough praise in Attack on Titan.
Because we're so spoiled that
we're so spoiled, right? But I don't have the skill or technical ability to say anything more than shit was good. Shit felt really awesome. There were a lot of alternate musical instrument takes on specific songs that we've heard throughout the series, but then there were a bunch of ones that felt I've never heard those before.
Yes.
Like they brought in like I felt like that was like one of the old bands like in there, the lady that was singing. That felt like an original song.
I was
but
so
it sounded
swept
like
up in everything.
It sounded like one of the singers from like some of the bands that actually like played previous Attack on Titan music, but most of the other stuff was instrumental, stuff. So it was cool to have like the vocals. But I got everything. I got Falco, just being fucking amazing. Of course he could fly. He could fly. I feel like also, maybe this is another little thing, little tiny thing here. I feel like this ending also solidifies a lot that the best, and this is a very hot take, I feel like, but the best section of Attack on Titan was definitively the Marley arc.
Yes, I 100% agree.
And this finale,
and that was something that people hated in the manga when it happened, because it's like, where the fuck are the characters that we know?
I will go into the forums and debate this. I think you could debate that there's other parts that are
like specific moments and things like that.
No. Like you go for just Shiganshina return. You know, like
that
you
whole,
get the basement. You get all this other stuff.
You get the charge my soldiers.
But I think
rage.
I think the Marley arc.
Oh, me too.
Really sells it for me.
100%.
I would love to also just have a stream at some point with just a series retroactive Giga video thing that you and I do at some point, because I don't think there's been a series that's ended. Because I love probably my favorite animated show still to this day is Avatar: The Last Airbender, but that's a lot of nostalgia in there as well. But given that this series has now ended, I have to put it in the running for what is my favorite animated series of all time, and it's now like
because it's finished, so you can actually deal with it as a whole.
I can look at it as a whole, but I have not now watched it consecutively as a whole.
Oh yeah,
I
want to do a rewatch.
Watch the 100 and something episodes
like leading up to this.
That would have been really fucking cool. But
I know people who did that, and it's like, way to go.
Shinzo Sasageo.
That's right.
You motherfuckers. Now, you absolute legends that watched all the way to the end of this discussion. Obviously, at some point, the discussion has to end.
Yep.
There's only so much we can talk about before we start repeating ourselves and we start sounding like we're nonsense, humans that are garden variety idiots that lost their way somewhere in the sauce.
But we all are, right? At the end of the day. Maybe acknowledging that is a good thing.
I like to think that I'm like bush variety rather than garden variety idiot,
I'm different.
Special. No. I'm at least one plant. I don't have the full garden,
Sure.
I'm a little bit stupider than the rest, I have just enough gumption to sprout something. But, sometimes I think I'm a tree, And okay, the puns are over. But y'all, thank you so very much for watching this anime series reactions and discussions that we've done. It's been a greatest pleasure and joy of my anime YouTube career and all that to experience an anime like this. Yeah. Even though we didn't even get to show you guys our season 1 experience and stuff like that. This
has been incredible.
This has been incredible, and I'm ready to kind of start the next couple years of YouTube, which is going to have a whole bunch of but have a whole bunch of other series have these kinds of moments where they're going to end. Finally, there's a couple I can think of, but all right, there we are. To you, years and years in the future, to you watching us,
to you,
on
2,000
YouTube.
videos in the future.
Yeah, 2,000 videos in the future. Let's go have a nice little nap under the tree. Yeah, and dream a dream.
And maybe a bird will come up to wrap that scarf around us and say "Tata-ka."
Tata-ka. You fucking asshole! What even was that?
That's an old lore joke from ever since the anime or the manga ended. Of just remember everyone Tata-ka.
Mikasa just becomes the soccer ball. You Just gives up. Just buries herself into the ground here. I love Attack on Titan, and now I get to go back into all the fucking comments of all these videos.
You are free.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so excited to go all the way back to like the beginning
season
of
2
shit.
Season 2 shit. When the ED was playing and we're all like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm so excited. But Jacob, we did it. Y'all, thank you so much for watching the series, reactions, discussions, theories, everything, all that jazz. Go live a long life, have fun,
and maybe check out the timer-based full-length versions for the reactions,
true.
because this is a long fucking episode.
This is a long fucking episode.
I want to see the whole thing. I was basically crying the entire time. Holy shit.
Yeah. You basically ran out of tears. You know, your body was dry.
Yeah.
At some point, like an hour.
I only have so much room in my heart,
But yeah, any level of support on our Patreon gets you also access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about Attack on Titan as a series, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.